Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Ulysse Nardin Executive Dual Time. You can see this 18-karat rose gold and black ceramic dual time watch and purchase it on our website. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch, with additional high-resolution images, accessories included, and naturally complete pricing details. On my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, this Baselworld 2009 novelty has a much more compatible fit and feel for a smaller wrist than the bold marine line of sports watches. Now the watch is 43 millimeters across the round of the case, not including dual time pushers or the crown, but it wears more compact than that, in large part due to the fact that it is so thin for an automatic winding complication. You can see that not only is it 13 millimeters thick, but it actually cradles into the wrist with its cup-shaped case back and a generously sloped conical ceramic bezel. This is a watch that easily slides underneath a dress cuff or a tight sleeve. Now from lug to lug, the watch has impressive stance, but not overwhelming size. It looks broader than it is. 50 millimeters from lug to lug. The watch has good span across the wrist, but it also has camber. As you can see to good effect from this profile shot, the actual shape of the case, including the lugs, flows around the curve of your wrist, and that makes it easy to wear. I would say that while the Marines tend to be suitable for larger wrists, the Executive Dual Time could probably be worn with a sense of style and proportion on a wrist down to as small as 14 centimeters. And again, this is a 43 millimeter watch nominally measured. Now the strap, the buckle, and the lug fixture all deserve special mention here, because first you can see that the lugs are threaded and they use screws to hold the strap in place. This is exactly what you want on a heavy, large-sized sports watch. You don't want the spring bar if you can avoid it. You want something that involves threaded lugs, that involves screw retention. It's the more expensive way to make lugs and retain a strap, but again, when you're talking about a watch of this size and this heft, entirely in precious metal, security is at a premium, and Ulysse Nardin gives you that. There's also a smart aesthetic integration of the strap into the case. You can see that the lugs are extended in the form of the Marines, but more beautifully tapered, and you can see how the interface of strap and lug is actually staggered so that there's a bit of strap in the lug and a bit of lug within the strap. It's handsome, it works well, and again, because of the taper, the watch has a very integrated look, almost more jewelry than timepiece. Handsome, it features character lines on its exterior, and on the interior, it's incredibly thin, supple, and there's a bellows system as you approach the clasp that allows for more precise sizing and cutting, but it has the happy consequence of also releasing grit, sweat, moisture, or sand that may be trapped against the wrist. And with 100-meter water resistance, this is a watch that you can and should probably wear for fun in the sun at the beach or the pool. Now the clasp is beautiful because it solves one of the classical problems of luxury watches with large clasps, namely damage from desk diving. As you can see, the entirety of the exterior of the clasp is made out of black ceramic to match the bezel and the dual time pushers. You can see beautifully polished. It's destined to stay that way because ceramic, being effectively as hard as the sapphire crystal of the watch, is not going to scratch against conventional desks made of wood and particle board. This is going to look good into the future, and because of twin trigger release, again like the lugs, everything is built to keep the watch secure on the wrist. Twin trigger release means positive disengagement, not friction fit. It can't pop open. And then to reduce the overall mass of the watch, the interior swing arms are made of titanium and beautifully satin finished. Now you'll note that the dial of the watch is quite a departure from Ulysse Nardin's classic Marines, but it incorporates a set of complications that originally debuted with the brand back in 1994 and 1995. During that 2-year span, we saw the integration of Ulysse Nardin's celebrated dual-time pusher correctors, which allow you to toggle the hour hand forward or backwards as you're jumping time zones, with a 24-hour format dual-time date disc visible at 9 o'clock. Now there's also a double-digit date, and I want to show this to good effect because it features a unique, hang on, let me find the detent. features a unique double-digit setting system that allows you to set the date forward and backwards as you please. User-friendly, convenient, immensely legible, and again, quite distinct from the Marine series. This is a Ulysse Nardin model line that is proud to step outside the norm, and that within the bounds of a company that's already known for sort of flouting tradition and sort of plowing its own furrow. It's a different kind of watch from a company that's already used to doing things differently. And for those who aren't quite wedded to the Marine aesthetic, it's a beautiful alternative, handsomely executed, immensely legible. On the back, you see the Ulysse Nardin caliber 24 based on a 2892 A2 chronometer spec from ETA. This is not rated as a chronometer, but it does have that grade of balance and hairspring. It features an impressive and very smooth bi-directional winding that allows 42 hours of power reserve when fully topped off. And because the basic ETA 2892 caliber is quite slim, it allows the entire complicated assembly to remain quite slim on the wrist. You can see and you can purchase this Ulysse Nardin Executive Dual Time on our website.